Welcome to another real-time strategy top 10 list. Thank you for clicking on this video and making it this far. I am still celebrating my 10,000 subscriber mark with a competition which you, yes you, I'm pointing but you can't see, can still enter and possibly win. Because we are, at the time of making this video, still on our Karl Franz binge, I'm giving away a full Warhammer Karl Franz on Deathclaw model, professionally painted by myself, to one lucky viewer. To win this amazing one-of-a-kind gift, all you have to do is subscribe to my channel, like this video, and leave a comment down below about who your most favourite unit is in the game. Click the competition video link below for more information and details about this giveaway. I have done something similar for my 5,000 subscriber milestone, and a very special viewer in Brooklyn won a hand-painted Queek Headtaker model. I post all over the world, so no reason not to enter the competition. So go ahead, give it a shot. What do you have to lose? In this list, I'm changing things up a bit and describing my top 10 favourite units in Total War Warhammer 2. This video will not be based on stats or the meta. It is simply based on my preferences, my opinion, and what I like the most, either by looking at or playing with. I have picked a unit from each faction and sorted them that way. Naturally, not every race makes it into this list because there are currently more than 10 factions in the game. The video for best units statistically is already made, you lucky dogs, and you can watch it today. Just head to my channel and look in my top 10 playlist to find it, along other videos. Please remember to leave what your favourite units are below and enter the competition. If you enjoy this video, remember to subscribe for more. Thank you for watching. Let's get to it. Number 10. Executioners of Haagenf. At number 10 are the Dark Elves Executioners of Haagenf. What a foreboding unit. Pretty devastating against anything that can be put against them. They are just a commanding unit that is always hard to deal with. They look mean, violent, and dangerous. These made number 10 mostly due to the way they present themselves and the way the models look. I prefer them personally to the Blackguard of Naggarond looks-wise, just because they definitely look more like fearsome executioners. I wouldn't want them to be the last thing I see, that's for sure. But unfortunately for many, that is probably the case. Number 9. Black Orcs. I have always had a fondness for Orcs. I have collected Orcs in every state of Warhammer. I have collected Fantasy Orcs and Goblins, I collected 40k Orcs, and I loved converting models to make them look looted. I've collected Mordor Orcs in Lord of the Rings, and I have now collected Ironjaws in Age of Sigmar. One of the units I have always loved is the Black Orcs. Black Orcs have a hefty presence on the battlefield, and they are always reliable to do a lot of damage and hold their own. They are the only unit in fantasy for the Orcs that wouldn't suffer animosity or take panic tests for other Orc units fleeing. They are the elite of Orcs. It's our armour I love the most. The only reason these aren't higher is because they aren't in the traditional black armour in the game, which is a shame, but I love using them and seeing them nonetheless. Number 8. The Grail Reliquary for Bretonnians. This is just completely goofy, and I love it. Some crazy zealot priests carrying a dead knight and attacking enemy units by bashing the skull and bones of the poor deceased knight and his horse into the enemy. It's just such a fun unit that really reflects the Bretonnian peasant mentality. It's a great model, and it just exemplifies the creativity and innovation that the races of the Warhammer world spin on otherwise the bland and generic origin of those races from other media. Just a lot of fun to use, and I really enjoy seeing it. Anything that reminds me of Monty Python and the Holy Grail will always be welcome. Number 7. Dragon Princes of Caledor. The first and only cavalry unit in my list is a beautiful one, and a powerful one too. This unit is on my list just because of the presence they have on the battlefield. When you see them, you know they need to be taken out quickly before they can charge at the units they do damage to the most. They are incredible at what they do, and they look great doing it. No matter what, I always make sure that I have some of these when playing as the High Elves. The armour and the colours are just so regal and daunting at the same time. A sense of elegance and destruction all at once. A great unit, and one that definitely had to make my list. Number 6. The Grudge Thrower. I love using these. Having a big backline of these heavy-hitting artillery pieces is just a lot of fun. Dwarves are one of my most favourite factions to play, and I enjoy the chance to have a strong front wall of Dowie backed up by an obscene amount of Grudge Throwers and Thunderers. The Regiment of Renown unit just makes this unit even more fun to use. Seeing a Night Goblin launched into the air attached to a rock with Dowie grumblings carved into it is just a humour and silliness I love about the fantasy universe. These made it to number 6 on my list because I just really enjoy using them. These were close to the Hellstrom rocket battery for this position, but I decided on the Grudge Throwers due to their more versatile nature and how much more I have used them in my campaigns. Number 5. Squigs. I love them. And yes, I know there are 2 Orcs and Goblins units on this list, but I had to put Squigs in. They are just so fun. Fun to use, fun to watch, and fun to fight. Any version of them. They are versatile, armor piercing, and they gain unbreakable after doing a certain amount of damage. When they bound across the battlefield, all I can do is smile and watch as they somehow swallow a high elf whole. I had wanted Squigs in the game since my first top 10 list, and when they were introduced, I was so thrilled. They haven't lost their appeal to me either, which is why they are my 5th favourite unit in the game. Number 4. Karnasaw. As many people did in my generation, we grew up with dinosaurs being a very popular thing at the time, mostly thanks to Jurassic Park. I remember I had a weekly dinosaur magazine with 3D pictures in it when I was very young, so 20 years later, when I saw this Karnasaw in action in Total War Warhammer, it automatically brought back fond memories of my childhood, pretending to be a T-Rex after watching Walking with Dinosaurs the night before. The way this unit moves is just so cool. No other word for it. I love seeing them on the battlefield and even on the campaign map. This link to my past makes them my 4th favourite unit. Number 3. The Empire's Steam Tank. This mechanical marvel of the Empire, with its clanking, clanging, and streams of steam bellowing from cracks in the crevasses of the model, is just a wonderful little unit with such tactical diversity. It can be used to fill gaps in your lines of infantry where you know it will hold its own with its massive amounts of health and armour. It can be used quite effectively as a ranged cannon unit, and it can crush enemy armour and monsters. It's an overall incredibly tactile unit, one that looks and sounds great. I especially love the little vibration animation where it looks unsteady and safe. When playing as the Empire, I make sure that every chance I get, I have one of these. Number 2. The Hell Pit Abomination. What a task to animate, but it's gorgeous in its own way. This hulking brute of a model is just a joy to watch, slamming into enemy ranks and monsters. Its flailing heads and arms all moving at once is just a feat in animation. I enjoy everything about this unit. It only gets beaten by another one though, but is very close between the two. I've always loved the model for this unit for the tabletop and enjoyed playing them on the field of battle. It's just one of my most favourite models ever made by Games Workshop, so seeing it come to life was just a dream come true, so it had to make my list. But it only just got beaten by the number 1 spot. Number 1. The Treeman Ancient. What a beautiful model. The colours, the textures, the animations. Both the normal Treeman and the Durthu model are fantastic, but the Treeman Ancient is something else entirely in my opinion, and is my personal favourite of the 3. A spellcaster is so versatile in Warhammer 2, so having this behemoth that is both good in melee and has the Winds of Magic on its side is just a pleasure to use. Their animations are just my favourite in the game. Whoever did them did a fantastic job of making them just look like moving wood, with a lot of weight and force behind them. The audio design on them is just perfect too. The Treeman Ancient is just a beautiful unit, and I always love using and seeing them in the game. This is why it's my favourite unit. And that's my list. I hope you enjoyed the video, and remember, if you did, subscribe for more. Let me know your personal favourite units in the comments below, and remember to enter that competition. Thanks for watching, and I will hopefully see you all next time.